There is great concern as such. Discipline is breaking down at many places. This discipline will definitely be broken. This must break. The very reason for its existence is wrong. His death is hidden within himself. He has forcefully hidden the anarchy within himself, and whatever repression is done by force, its explosion is inevitable one day, or the other. If there is such discipline, the person takes away all the spontaneity and joy of consciousness. And even if it breaks, it ruins the person. The discipline that comes from outside is in every way harmful to man. Education should be free from external discipline. He should awaken the latent conscience in the person. Then that discretion itself becomes self-discipline. There is neither repression nor pressure in such behavior. Such behavior is as natural and simple as flowers. And when life moves in the light of self-conscience, the possibilities of anarchy and freedom are eliminated. Where there is no repression, explosions of anarchy and freedom are also impossible. I ask, can we not make man free? There seems to be a fear of freedom in freedom, because we have suppressed man with dependencies, and his soul has always been yearning to be free from those dependencies, and whenever possible, he has broken barriers. But due to the bitterness, harshness, and opposition that she becomes filled with while trying to break the bondage, she not only becomes free, but also becomes independent. Freedom is creative. Freedom is destructive. But if we want to avoid freedom, then there is no other way. Then freedom education can certainly lay such a foundation that will make man independent. Disciplined people are no longer needed. A person who is independent and available to his own discretion is needed. There is hope in them, and there is a future in them. What have systems of discipline done? It has brought inertia and intelligence in humans. A disciplined person will definitely be inert. In fact, the more inanimate one is, the more disciplined one will become. See how disciplined are the instruments? Vivek cannot always say yes. He should also know
how to say no. His yes has value
and meaning only when he knows how to say no. But discipline does not teach how to say no. He always expects yes. If he is told to fire, he will fire. It is because of the teachings of such inertia that wars, violence, and all kinds of foolishness have been going on and are going on in the world. Is this vicious cycle still to be broken? Will education that brings discipline stop only after nuclear war? But then there would be no need to close, because then neither the disciplined nor the disciplined will survive. There is more danger to the future of man than from people with disciplined intelligence, more than from anyone else, because they only know how to obey orders. Those obedient people are always ready and willing to use nuclear weapons too, if only. Instead of discipline, discretion would have been taught. Instead of obedience, thought would have been taught. So certainly the world could have been completely different. Education is not meant to give discipline, but to give self-discipline. Only the discipline that results from it can be auspicious, because that discipline cannot be exploited again. It cannot be used as a tool for violence and war in the hands of religious priests and politicians. On that basis, Hindu cannot fight with Muslim, nor can the dance of bloodshed be performed only on the false and imaginary boundaries of nations. What has man not been made to do? In the name of discipline and obedience, the society has been taking up the task of disciplining the new generation in this way through teachers. Teacher has been the instrument of many exploitations. It is an instrument of infection, of many diseases, and maybe he doesn't even know about it, because he himself is a victim of such education. Every generation bequeaths its jealousies, its malice, its animosity, its enmities, its stupidities, all to the new generation through the teacher. Along with their experiences and knowledge, they also pass on their diseases and inertia, and even more than knowledge and experience, they use more insistence and the caution in curing their diseases, because their enmities and their superstitions are their ego. Hindu fathers teach their children to be Hindus, Jains teach their children to be Jains, and Muslims teach their children to be Muslims. And he wants to pass on to his children the same poison of the anti-human sects in which he was brought up. This poison is spread through many mediums of education, and because of such toxic teachings, humanity cannot unite, and we are not able to raise our eyes even towards that religion which is one and can be one. This is how nationalities are taught, and national egos are glorified. One country is nurtured and set in opposition to other countries. As a result, violence flourishes, and wars are ignited. Where there is ego, there is violence, there is war. There are many other such diseases, whose germs teachers keep infecting innocent children. This is one of the most heinous crimes committed against humans. Only if the teacher is extremely aware, he can be saved from this stigma. Those in power in the society never want to change the structure of the society, because their power, selfishness, and exploitation depend on that structure only. The teacher also keeps inculcating this structure in the minds of new children. He keeps making them dynamic and keeps tying them to dead traditions. He does not teach them rebellion, and where there is no rebellion, there is no development. What is the duty of a teacher? His duty is to teach rebellion. The day education is rebellion, a completely new humanity can be born. What is meant by rebellion? Revolt means revolution in values. Certainly the values of life are wrong. Otherwise, why would there be this unrest?